Hey guys, this is Charles with Charlotte Area Historical Gamers, and today I'm going to talk about Conflict of Heroes with the new 3.0 rules. I've played the system for a long time, even back when it was 1.0, and the system keeps getting better. And the new 3.0 die roll is a very nice modification to the game because it allows any and every unit to be able to react, and it kind of forces you to activate more than one unit at a time. So in the past, you activated one unit and you had 7 APs to spend, and you would take turns going back and forth spending APs. So if you look at the attack cost, you would pay 3 for action points to attack, or you would pay 3 move costs, and then you would have the modifiers for moving or pivoting or stalling, or all these different things that you can do in the game. And so the big change that's different now is that you won't track those APs individually. What you're going to do is roll a die. And so you basically just order a blank D10 die from Amazon, and you set up this distribution chart here for the 10 faces. So you'll have 2 1s, a 2, 2 3s, a 4, 2 5s, a 6, and a 7. And what you're going to do is roll this die every time you spend APs and basically try to roll what you spend. And if you fail, your unit is fatigued. If you pass, you keep going. So this kind of gives a nice element of surprise because a unit can either stop dead in its tracks after it does one action. It can move multiple times and just run across the field and keep going. So if you spend less APs and you do like 1 action points and move into the clear, you're going to be perfectly fine. But when you come to shooting, you're going to have to roll, up in these numbers. If you do a rally check, you'll do the rally check, see if you pass. Then after you pass, that unit won't be fatigued, and you could try to do another rally attempt again with that unit. But the fact of rolling such a high number twice is very unlikely, but you do have that chance. So it's really kind of cool how this works out. And let me show you an example real quick. So here I've just set some units up to kind of show how the system works. We've got, we'll start with this unit, and he'll get 1 action point to move, and then 3 action points to fire. So let's say I wanted to fire that unit. That would cost me 3 action points, so I have to roll a 4 or better in order to pass. So I go ahead and do the firing check. I roll my 2 dice. And he either passes or fails on that. And then after I'm done, I roll a check. And to keep that unit activated, I have to roll a 4 or higher. I rolled a 3, so he is now flipped. Okay, so let's say the American player wants to move forward 1 and try to get into close combat. So he comes up here. Oh, I forgot to mark the fatigue. So the fatigue adds a +1 to your next AP check. So you can switch over to another unit. Since he's fatigued, it doesn't really matter, but you can flip over to another unit. If you keep this unit activated, it gives you a +1 in your check. I would have to roll a 5 or better on it. So now this unit would be activated, and he would do his movement. He moved 1 to a space that doesn't cost him anything, so it's just a 2 or higher. He rolled a 1, and he's fatigued. So I am the king of rolling 1, so this might not be the best system for me. Let's say a 3 to fire here. So we're going to roll a 4 or better in order to stay alive. But we do our check, we do our attack, and we attack the unit with 2d6. Roll our dice, and he got a 2, and he's fatigued. All right, I played this game another day. It worked out really well. It was a lot of fun, but I've never seen where 3 units were fatigued in a row. All right, so now this unit over here wants to move forward into the building. Let's say it's 3 action points to move, and then I'm going to say +1 to go into the building. I'm not going to stop and look it up. But now we want to roll a 5 or better in order to get into the building. And we got a 5. All right, so now he has the +1 on him. And this other unit will go over here, and he'll decide to move here to react. He's moving into heavy woods, so that's a 1 to move, and then plus another 1 to move into the heavy woods. So he has to roll a 3 or better to stay active. We roll a 2. He's fatigued. And now this unit will choose to fire at this unit. and since he's still active, right? So that would be a 3 to fire, and his modifiers to attack. And so he's going to do 12 plus 2 in the woods is 14. He rolls his die, and then after that, we're going to check to see if he has passed his AP check. So it's going to be 3 for the firing, 1 for the fatigue marker, so that's 4. So that's 5 or higher in order to stay active. So it's a 3. He fails. Everybody's been activated, and that's the end of the turn. So it makes the game a lot quicker because you don't have to fool around with that chart tracking units. It also forces you to move around the board and activate different units instead of the same one over and over again. And it doesn't matter if a unit only gets 3 action points or gets 10 action points. It really adds a lot of excitement to the game as far as things moving and attacking, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And I like that because I always felt like Conflict of Heroes was not chaotic enough. There's some chaotic mechanics in the dice rolling and being able to attack somebody, but it was very limiting. You always had 7, and so this adds a little bit of an idea of this unit is tired, this unit is afraid, they retreat from battle, they are veteran status, they're just feeling energetic, right? So you don't know what a troop is going to do. Just like in real life, you wouldn't know if somebody could run half a mile or 3/4 of a mile in the middle of a battle, right? So it changes the way it plays. It adds a little bit of more chaos to the game, and it's pretty exciting the way it all plays out. This was a lot of bad rolling. Could happen to you. Probably not. But I did want to show you the system real quick and say how much I enjoyed the new system. Take care, guys.